Hey, welcome back to Central Valley Talk. It is Wednesday, the 17th of February. We're coming to you live from our Tower District studios in beautiful Fresno. Nice day here across Central California. Highs today right around 60 degrees, and as the afternoon is moving on, temperatures are warming up. Hope you're having a good one so far. It is the 1 o'clock hour now. We've got another guest, a great one. We're talking about Habitat for Humanity. Joining me live via Facebook Messenger, I've got Deanna. She's in Tulare. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming on Central Valley Talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Habitat for Humanity of Tulare, Kings counties is hard at work, even during a pandemic. We've got to build housing.
That never stops.
No.
Okay, so we're talking, first off, we're going to get to some events that you guys are very excited for, which will be kicking off very soon. But for folks that are watching today and they don't really know, they've heard about Habitat for Humanity, but don't really know exactly what you guys do. Let's give everybody a quick rundown.
Yeah, Habitat is a very unique program. We work with local volunteers in order to build or remodel a home in partnership with a homeowner family. This is not a giveaway program, which is kind of a falsity that's out there. We actually work with the homeowners. They put in up to 500 hours of sweat equity, actually building or remodeling their home. And then they pay Habitat back a mortgage over long term, 25, 30 years, but it's at zero interest, which is very key in order to keep it low. We're finding so many families, especially with the housing market just going into crisis mode. Right. We're finding it very, very difficult to find families who can afford a house or even rent or mortgage that it doesn't cut into like about half of their income. So ours is always designed to never be more than a third of their income, allowing them the opportunity to build strength and stability for themselves and their family.
So as far as the housing market in Fresno and Madera counties compared to Kings and Tulare, what's the difference?
I think it's very similar. I know that the Visalia Times-Del, so bless their heart, they wrote an article about Visalia being the least affordable place, but affordable in the state of California. So we're still struggling, and even Habitat's costs have gone up with the state of California. You know, you have all of these requirements, including solar panels, photovoltaic, which is is coming in on the 2020-21. So it adds to the cost of building a home. So it gets challenging, and I know that the cost of homes right now is moving up. Yeah. As there's this influx of buyers coming in. And then, of course, there's a lot of people leaving, too.
Well, and especially in the last year of COVID-19, I can only imagine how busy you guys have been.
We do our best. The one thing with Habitat is that there's not a steady stream of funding that's coming from our international partner, Habitat for Humanity International. There's not a steady stream. We do get grant opportunities and partnership opportunities from them. But all of the funding in Fresno County is the same. All of the funding actually comes from the community. So if we're building in Kings County, St. Hanford, for instance, a lot of the funding is actually coming from local businesses and larger corporations that work there. So the same thing with the city of Visalia, city of Tulare, city of Porterville. All of that funding comes from local funders.
That's something that I think a lot of people wouldn't even realize.
Yes, yeah. There is this misnomer, again, that, well, your Habitat for Humanity, you get funding from the international organization. But that's not quite the case. So, but we're very proud to be able to raise walls and build homes with local families that are funded straight from this community. That's a proud thing to say.
Well, and as the development resource director, did I say that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What, to start at step one, and then go to step Z. What's it like for you to see the smiles of families and moms and dads getting their first home?
Yeah, I went through, it's interesting because you work alongside the family, but in my position, I don't necessarily know, because I'm not a homeowner partner.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know their story, but over the past few years, I've been going around and talking to them, learning a little bit more about the background and why they reached out to Habitat, where they came from, that sort of thing. And as you can imagine, there's not a dry eye by the time the conversation is over. Right. It's very interesting to realize that, essentially as families, it doesn't matter what your income is, you always want to be very supportive of your children and your extended family and make sure that they're being fed well and they're healthy and that they have a safe and a warm place to live. And a lot of the people that we work with, these amazing families, are very hardworking, but they just don't make quite enough to get them into that comfort zone. So they're dealing with some pretty serious struggles, like backed up sewer lines and no cement or pavement outside. So when it rains, it's mud, and so that's a huge struggle. And being able to take them from that into an opportunity where now they can start building. They build the house, they move in, they start paying mortgage, but then they start building. They start building their family, they start building their future. And we've had many families who, for the first time in the history of their family, have the opportunity to have their children then go to college. Mm-hmm. We had one young man whose house went up about the time I started in 2007. And he had the opportunity to go to Idaho State. He went there on a full scholarship. Wow. And then he came back and started working as a volunteer for Habitat here because he realized that his opportunity to go there was because his family could afford the house that they were living in, and that was because of Habitat. And another homeowner has started their own business and they're thriving. So being able to do that is huge. And I don't hesitate at all to say to community members who've come out and volunteered or have supported the organization, thank you, because we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, just amazing stories, and to see the first step, and then to 10, 15 years out, it's like, wow, this is the kind of stuff Habitat for Humanity does.
Yeah, and our partnership doesn't stop when we give them the keys, right? So we still have the mortgage for 25 to 30 years. And we are in a position where we can, like right now during COVID, there's a few that are struggling. And we're actually working through grant processes to help them alleviate a little bit of the mortgage impact that they've got.
Beautiful.
And in some cases, we will tweak their mortgage and their impound just to be able to make sure that they stay in their home, and then they catch up and they catch up.
Sure. So
little by little. Long-term partnership.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the events. The first thing I want to talk about is the Women Build March, which is, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but March 11th. What's going on that week?
Yeah, Habitat. Now, this is part of the Habitat International connection. They actually have a Women Build Week every year. It's either in May or March, and then recently it's been in March. And it happens across the United States, across Canada, and we've gone into India as well, where job sites usually, not pandemic job sites, but usually what we do is we encourage women business leaders or individuals to come out and actually help us build this home. And through the process, all volunteers have the opportunity to learn how to do some of these construction skills, even painting, how to paint properly, that sort of thing. But we teach them how to use certain saws. We had a team last year come out and build an entire fence. We just showed them how, and away they went. And so this is a part of what Habitat for Humanity International does to focus. It's also in partnership with Lowe's, by the way, but it's to focus on women's struggles in trying to own a decent and affordable home. There's so many women out there, single mothers and low income, and they are fighting in order to have an affordable and a decent place to raise their families. So there's a focus on that and give them an opportunity to come out. This year, we're going to be doing a house dedication a few days prior to March 11th. And then we're going to have a virtual celebration, if you will, that we want people to tune into and learn a little bit more, not only about what Habitat does, but about Women Build. And this year we're keeping it on the virtual end.
I love the slogan there, strength, stability, and independence.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the ReMax Build.
Yes, we're partnering with Visalia ReMax, or ReMax Visalia. It's their 25th anniversary in the city of Visalia. And Ed Evans, the leader over there, he is joining Habitat. We have a piece of property that he has donated to us in downtown, or the downtown area of Visalia, that we're going to be building on. And they're going to help us raise the funds and raise the wall. So we're really excited. The various teams that work through ReMax Visalia are going to be joining us both financially and physically to help us build this home. And we're encouraging other businesses, if you're a builder out there and you want to support us, one of the ways that we keep the costs down is through in-kind donations. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wants to donate the floors and then have volunteers or their own staff come and install those, that keeps the costs down. So we're looking for those tradespeople out there that want to get involved with this. So we're hoping the groundbreaking, we don't have a date yet.
Okay.
So,
that's all right.
We're hoping that the groundbreaking will happen after Women Build, so sometime late March.
What's the Birdhouse Auction?
So this is like our 16th year. It's our signature event. Last year, we were supposed to have it in April. And of course, we had to shut it down. We pushed it back. We tried to reinvent it, and ultimately turned out to be an online auction. But what we do is we get local artists, and they build birdhouses for us. And they're incredible, incredible. We had one gentleman built a bench, and I mean a bench. And then he's got the birdhouses on the top. It's beautiful stuff that you wouldn't, buy it at a local hobby shop. So we're thrilled to be able to do that. We're going to have an online auction with donated items from the community. That's going to go from May 7th to the 14th. And then on the 14th, we are going to have a virtual event. These birdhouses and doghouses will be auctioned off live, which anybody who's ever been to the birdhouse auction will be familiar with, but it will be virtually. I just found out Miss Amy Shucklian will be our MC for the evening, so we're very thrilled about that. She's on our board of supervisors here in Tulare and Kings County.
Great.
Or Tulare County, excuse me. And we're also going to have Rick Alonzo. He is a local speed painter. Now, if you've ever seen them, have you seen them? They're amazing.
I haven't. I've heard of them.
Yeah, they take these big canvases and they put music on and they dance and they paint, and then all of a sudden they flip it around or flip it sideways, and it's this beautiful image that you maybe didn't see until he had it done. And so he's going to be painting for us. It's going to be our featured entertainment for the evening, and that'll be May 14th from 7 to 8.
Beautiful. Lots going on as we're kicking off 2020 for you guys. And again, a quick reminder with COVID, donations have been kind of hit or miss for you guys. So if, anybody that's watching this afternoon or will be watching this interview on our streaming services, you guys are open to donations right now. Please help. Absolutely.
You can go to our website, hfhtkc.org. And you can find all kinds of things about what we're doing. Plus, we also have a Restore, as the Fresno affiliate has. These are donating building materials and supplies. And that, quite frankly, through 2020 and the whole COVID thing, that never slowed down. That actually sped up. Because as people were sitting and sheltering in place, they were getting bored with their walls. So they decided to do some remodeling. And so if you're pulling out cabinets or ceiling fans, things like that, think about the Restore. We personally have one in Visalia and Hanford, and you can donate to either one of those.
All right, very good. Deanna, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Really appreciate it. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All right.
Thank you.
Connect with Habitat for Humanity today, serving Tulare, Kings counties. And of course, there's Habitat for Humanity all across the country, wherever you're watching. Help if you can. I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. We'll be back with more in just a bit. Stick around.